Hello and welcome back to another Hardware Canucks review. Today we're taking a look at a mouse and a mat from Gigabyte. This gaming series is known as the Aivia Krypton, which incorporates dual-purpose design for each of the peripherals. They are sold separately but really are meant to complement each other. So let's first take a look at the dual-sided Krypton gaming mat. So starting off with the dimensions, this is a fairly large mat. It is particularly wide due to a large bezel-like rubber, which prevents the mat from sliding. Unfortunately, it doesn't do a good job on glass and slides with almost no resistance. Gigabyte has also managed to keep the mat quite thin despite incorporating dual surface design. And the mat is made of 3 layers. We have the fabric surface, the hard PVC coat, and a soft rubber layer in between, which is supposed to provide a little cushion when using the precision side. And the mat cannot be folded, but it is relatively flexible, and switching sides is simplified with this tab on the top. Alright, now on to the selling point of the Krypton gaming mousepad. Well, the fact that it has 2 surfaces incorporated into the one unit. We have the precision side and the speed side. The precision side has the fabric surface, so there is resistance to the mouse movement and allowing you a little bit more control and accuracy. Now, this doesn't mean the surface is not suitable for FPS gaming. It really does depend on your preference of the mat and DPI settings on your mouse. I personally prefer this type of surface as I like to have more control of the mouse at lower DPI settings. Now, the precision side is in a way similar to the XFX Warpad, but it has a smoother surface. It almost feels like silk to the touch. Now, the speed side is made of harder surface, coated with scratch resistant PVC. Most of you are probably familiar with this type of mat as they are quite common. SteelSeries 4 HD, for example, is a very similar surface, but it is a bit more coarse to the touch. So Gigabyte has really focused on providing the least amount of resistance and offer a far superior gliding speed over the fabric surface. Again, whichever you use really depends on your preference and sensitivity of your mouse. While testing out the speed side, the bottom edge did irritate my arm while in use, and that's because the edge is somewhat sharp due to the hard PVC coating, and it would have been nice if they put a small rubber strip to prevent this from happening. You eventually get used to it, but there's nothing more annoying than having to lift your hand off the mat just to relieve your arm from the edge. Now, while testing out the precision side, in just 2 days of use, the edges start to show some signs of wear. Now, this is quite common for this type of surface and it doesn't really affect the movement of your mouse. But the tearing starts to get worse from here, so it was quite disappointing to see this happening straight out of the box. Well, enough about the mat, let's check out the Krypton gaming mouse. Now, first impressions of the build quality are quite satisfactory. The mouse is covered in a rubberized surface, especially the sides, that offer a comfortable grip. And right off the bat, this is mainly designed for claw grippers due to its angle down left and right click. The mouse in total has 10 buttons, your left and right click, DPI change, the scroll wheel, 2 browser buttons and a profile change button on each side, since the mouse is symmetrical, so good news for those left-handed users. And the cable is braided and connects to a gold-plated USB port to eliminate latencies. Alright, let's check out the dual chassis options for the mouse. At the bottom we have hot swappable plate that slides just right off, and you have the option to use either the speed plate or the control plate. Both offer a completely different movement to fit your gaming style and desktop use. Now, the speed chassis has these hard ceramic feet that offer minimal resistance, and when paired up with the Krypton gaming mat, gliding and movement speed is greatly improved. Now, scenarios where this could be useful are multi-monitor setups when you have to get from one corner to the other, or during FPS gaming to match your response time with quick aiming. Now, when using the control chassis, the normal Teflon feet provide precise movement, and combined with the right sensitivity of your mouse, both gaming and desktop use would feel comfortable. The dual chassis option is definitely an added bonus, so you can swap the backplates depending on what you're doing. I found myself switching between different chassis while performing different tasks. It's really a 2-in-1 mouse that is designed for a variable user. Now, one extra cool feature included with the mouse is weight distribution, which is revealed underneath the backplate. Gigabyte includes 10 individual weights plus the clippers. We have 4 light aluminum ones and 6 heavier iron ones for a maximum of 39 grams of weight increase. Now, they can be stored in an included container, so you don't lose the ones that are not in use. Now, the weight distribution is quite clever. It can accommodate both left and right-handed users and also different type of grippers, which will allow you to concentrate weights around the center point of gravity, and it works really well in practice, so you can figure out the best setting for different habits. Now, plugging in the mouse, we get some illumination for the scroll wheel and the indication for the DPI levels, along with the illuminated profile button. The DPI change button uses this forward and backward motion to flip between the 4 desired sensitivities, which also can be configured within the Ghost Engine driver software. The dedicated profile switch button illuminates based on the 5 different profiles, and holding both profile buttons for 3 seconds will switch the orientation from right to left hand, illuminating the correct side. Now, regardless of which hand you're using, the browser buttons on both sides are always active. Now, the mouse feels comfortable in the hand, great support on the sides, and reaching for those browser buttons feels natural and is in the right place. Reaching for the DPI button also is quick and is not forced, so overall a good placement for all the buttons. And the profile button is just out of reach to avoid accidental switching, and with no worries for those with large hands, the mouse should accommodate properly. Now, the Krypton incorporates an 8200 DPI laser sensor, which is far too sensitive for any use, but the motion is fluid, no stuttering experienced on any sensitivity level. Now, when it comes to the Go software, it is quite intuitive and simple to use. We have 9 programmable buttons, all with many customizable functions to choose from, but also the ability to record your own macros to the memory on the mouse for on-the-go gaming. We also have a bunch of other settings, like changing the color of the profile, X and Y sensitivities of each of the DPI levels, brightness of the scroll wheel, and some others. Alright, so this has been a long one, let's finish it up. The Aivia Krypton gaming set introduces something unique to the gaming market, and that's flexibility for every gamer. The Krypton gaming mat gives us both surfaces to play with, each with its own purpose. It's large enough to fit lower sensitivity users, the surface has great contact with the sensor and provides smooth motion. But to be critical, the size, as it is an advantage, is also a disadvantage in terms of spanning large real estate on your desk. And when using the speed side, the hard PVC coating does cause slight discomfort, and the edges of the fabric side started to deteriorate only after a couple of days. So these small flaws should not be overlooked on the mousepad that is priced at $40, which is about twice the price of an average mousepad. Now, the Krypton gaming mouse is going to be popular as it incorporates 2 completely different plates for different use. They are extremely easy to swap and fun to diversify in gaming. The weight distribution system is really cool, which doesn't only affect the entire weight of the mouse, but accommodates for left and right-handed users and claw or palm grippers. The Go software is really simple to use, and we have many programmable options. Now, to be critical, the price is somewhat on the steep side, but the fact that this is a 2-in-1 deal, it should be overlooked by most users who would be able to take advantage of the dual chassis. Now, due to the symmetry of the mouse, I found myself accidentally pressing the browser buttons on the opposite side, which was a bit annoying. But overall, the Krypton gaming peripherals are solid products designed for gamers and surely won't disappoint those who are interested to try out different techniques with different titles, and deserves the Hardware Canucks Damn Innovative Award. And that concludes our review for the Krypton gaming bundle from Gigabyte. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next one.